So, good morning, dear mow217 student. This video is related to the practicum 1, which we are about to do. And just as a reminder, practicum 1 is just a dry run. It doesn't count any marks, so you can really relax. The important thing is for you to get comfortable with FreeCAD's manipulator workbench, which is merely a caliper for taking measurements. Okay, you'll use the manipulator workbench in subsequent practicums 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and those practicums will count for marks. This practicum 1 is also to get you comfortable and just to refresh your mind in terms of the OCR forms. So please use a pencil, a dark pencil, HB, Hotel Bravo lead preferably. And if you do make mistakes, then you can erase the pencil quite easily, but the lines and text that you put on the OCR form will be clearly visible if you use a hard pencil, which is important because we scan in the OCR form, and that scan is what we grade in the end. Okay, so to start off with, when you go into the computer lab, I will post a separate document, instructions on how you log in and where you will find the files. Okay, so once you've logged in, you go to the desktop. Your desktop will look different from the one that you see at the moment. And your FreeCAD icon will also look different, but it's clearly visible. So double click on the FreeCAD icon and then just wait for FreeCAD to start up. Right, so when you open FreeCAD, this is the window that you will see. This is the start window for FreeCAD. Okay, so the important thing is if you go up here to this drop down menu, and if you click that, go to the part design workbench. It's a block with a small pencil, so click on the part design workbench. Okay, and this start page you can actually close here at the bottom. Right, then you will go to file, open, and wherever you've the location of the step file that I've indicated and communicated with you, that step file you will open or select and open. And this is a simple block. Okay. Now it's a step file. It's not the originally generated FreeCAD file of this block with all the sizes. And that's deliberately done, so you can import this step file into any CAD package that you want to use. But the purpose of this practicum is for you to get comfortable with measuring the sizes of the step file. Now, in order to do that, okay, let me just, before I do that, so manipulating this block or this 3D geometry in the 3D window, what do you need to do? You can zoom by rotating the middle button. Okay, if you click the middle button, you can pan. Okay, and if you click the middle button and either left or right, you can rotate the block. All right. If you do something like this and you cannot see anything, even though the step file is open, you simply go to fit all. The fit all button will show everything in the 3D view. Okay, so if you wonder about which buttons to press, just bring your mouse down to this window over here, and there you can see what the CAD navigations for this CAD navigation style, what the buttons are that you need to press in order to manipulate the 3D view. Okay, so with that done, we are now ready to take measurements. Okay, and in order to do that, we go to this drop down menu. We've selected the part design workbench, Alright, but we go down to manipulator. Okay, and your interface will look slightly different. Mine is customized to my preferences, so don't worry too much about it. The icon positions will also be different, but what you're looking for is open the manipulator workbench and then click on this caliper. Okay, once you've done that, just give it a second or two and this pop-up window will appear. And what you will do here is you will once again click on this caliper. Okay. Alright, now with that done, you have the option to select different things here at the bottom, but keep it to the default, okay, which is snap to an end point, middle point, or center. Alright, and now if we want to measure the length of this block, you will notice that as I move my mouse, different features of this step file highlights. Okay, so that means that feature is selectable, but don't select just anything. Zoom in, and there you can see now I'm on top of the vertex, okay, which is what I want to select. So I select the vertex, and there you can see a point, a green point is now placed on that vertex. Okay, so now I can rotate my block. I want to measure the length, so it only makes sense for me to zoom into this vertex and click there. And if I zoom out a little bit, there you can see the distance. It's also shown here. It's 65 millimeters. That's the length of the block. All right. Now, in order, you can make a note of that, or you can leave it there if it does not bother you. But you can also here in the model tree select the distance and delete them. Simply press the delete button or key, and there you go. All right. So we can do the same for the depth, for example. Let me zoom in, and that's 25 millimeters. Okay, so select that, and we delete that. All right. Now, if anything goes wrong, and you're battling with the selection of these vertices, you can just close this measuring tool and go back and open it again. Right, now it appears. Remember to select the vernier, keep it at the default, and now once again we can click on that vertex, and there we've got the width of the block. Okay, so what you see on the screen now is in fact the 3 dimensions that you need to be comfortable measuring. If you can't measure the thickness as 25, the width as 50, and the height as 65, then you need to practice this a little bit more. I will make the step files available on ClickUp for you to practice afterwards as well. So it's very important that you get those measurements correct. Okay, so this is the OCR form. Please make sure to rotate it in a landscape orientation so that this third angle symbol is in the bottom left corner of your page. Right, and now we're ready to dimension. What I suggest you do, so you will see this is the isometric view. We're not going to dimension this view. We're going to dimension the front, top, and right view. And what I suggest you do is, or it's good practice if you have a view on a page, to put a dimension on that specific view. All right. So that's just good practice, because otherwise, if you just have a view with no dimensions or no datums identified on that view, it's pointless to have the view on your drawing. So with that strategy, I will now dimension this drawing. Okay, this is now freehand and on the computer, so it's a little bit difficult to make the lines straight, but you get the idea. Alright, so we put the lines in there. That size is 65. And let me just jump back to FreeCAD quickly. So that dimension is 50. That's 50. That's this one over here. Okay, so that is 50. Okay, and then we can put it right at the bottom or at the top, doesn't matter. Let's put it here. That dimension is 25. Okay, so those are the dimensions. We're not going to put in tolerances at this stage. That's something that will come later on. And now we need to indicate the datums. All right, so what I suggest we do is we can, on this face, okay, draw a triangle that we have filled with an extension line, and we will say that's datum A. Okay. And in a similar fashion then, we will indicate datum B. Okay, and what I suggest we do is we do it over here. So we draw a filled triangle with an extension line. That's datum B. Okay, and then I will do it over here. This is datum This is then datum C. Okay, and that's basically it. Okay, please remember to fill in your student number over here, and then you hand in your assignment. And we'll discuss the different options of the datums and how you could indicate the datums in Tuesday's tutorial. So with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this practicum.